Okay, Craigie again. Seems like my last video didn't use the headset that I was wearing the whole time. So I'm recording this one to see if doing that and using this device makes it any better. The sound on the other one seemed a little bit better than the previous few that I'd tried, but I don't know why that is. The microphone on this tablet thing doesn't seem to be working that well. Uh, what I'm going to do is just a quick review here, hopefully quick, of a guy thematically in keeping with not my last review, but the one before that that I did for Dino Day. He actually made a little cameo appearance in that. It's Classics Deluxe G2 Megatron. Um, Now he come assembled with the feet's the wrong way around. I'm not going to change that. I might eventually at some point get around to it, but he has enough posability and stability. They don't look terrible. I'm going to leave him as is just now. I've had this guy since pretty much he came out, and I haven't messed about with him since. So I'm just going to leave him. The the bot is pretty decent. A lot of people don't like this or the Optimus Prime it came with. I think they're both pretty decent. The Optimus Prime bot mode, if I ever do a review of that, you'll see how bad it is. You can look up pictures online. It's not the best. But the robots, both of them, are good. Megatron here, in his G2 green, he has pretty decent head with some not bad light piping. It's so posable. He's got his little gun here. I'll take that out. He's got all the articulation you'd like from a modern toy, and this was made years ago. Now, he doesn't have an elbow as such there. This little bit that comes off does bend up, so you could count that as an elbow. It has a claw thing and a gun thing. You could have it that he switches around, depending on what he's wanting to do. If he's wanting to blast someone or claw them. What I do sometimes, usually, is have the gun folded around like that and the claw bit like that, so it's like a gun but with a claw to grab. And it also has an action feature. As I mentioned in my last video, one of the things that I do like is spinning things. Much better than a shooting missile. Now, as you've seen, this comes off. I'm just going to leave it off just now while I go through the rest of the articulation. So the head, just on a swivel, but it's a good swivel. It's a good head sculpt. It's quite Megatron. Now, this bit on the torso there, it moves because of transformation, but it's a nice little extra bit. There's a waist swivel, ball joints on the hips and swivel on the thighs, and then a big bend at the knees there. He's got posable feet, and depending on how you pose him, you can give him sort of some toe articulation there as well. I suppose if you had him the other way around, you could do that the other way around. Really quite nice. Nice Decepticon symbol on him, and the green colour is quite good. I like even the bronze that comes through on there. It's a little bit reminiscent of your Beast Wars Megatrons there. This bit folds up like this somewhere, and this clips in. So you could just give him a standard sort of cannon arm as well if you wanted to. Just no hand. I've seen somebody use this as a basis for a custom impactor, and I think that would work really nicely. I've actually got a RID Bludgeon, who was the G2 Hero Megatron, as a sort of stand-in for an impactor type guy, but yeah, this might work as well. The transformation is pretty cool. We'll pop the arms up here, and they clip in around there. I'll make sure that this is folded round the right way. And the bottoms of the arms peg in. Now this bit swivels round, and the gun arm pegs back in where it should be, and clips in on the top. So there's his turret. He's like a GoBot now. I can't remember which GoBot he was called. He might have been just like Tank bloke or something. And the legs are super simple. Clip them together, fold up the feet, pop them around the back there, lift the whole thing up, and peg it in. So his cannon can raise up and down, turret can spin around pretty freely. And he's a pretty badass little tank. And the handgun, with its little rifle bit, can fold up the little stock, and you can have it as a gun on there. I'm not actually sure which way around it's meant to be. If it's folded up like that when he's a bot, he can hold it and bend his arms. When it's like this, I think it looks slightly better than like that, but it works either way. Really quite cool. You probably see these on eBay, pretty cheap. It's worth picking up. He's small, but he's worth it. There's also a Japanese repaint of him in like purple, like the other G2 deco. That looks really nice. I don't want to pay the money for it that a Japanese toy costs, especially already having this one. But if you're on the lookout for one, it's pretty cool.